deserve. Okay, so I wanted to say, woo, that light. I wanted to say a little bit of my story. So, part of my story, I mean, 9 years in our life, you create a lot of like transformations, but this is not a transformation story. This is me having PCOS. So, polycystic ovarian syndrome. Um, it happens to a lot of people, a lot of ladies, and it has to do with our ovaries. We don't ovulate. So, the follicles stay in the ovaries, and it just creates a huge hormone imbalance, and we're a wreck pretty much. Obesity, higher rates of diabetes, because it messes up our sugar levels as well. It's just huge. It's like a horrible disease that we can have. Well, I've had PCOS since I was 16. And then I was going to a OBGYN forever. And then they pretty much told me it was going to be hard to have babies. For the longest time, I've been told, well, I have screaming babies in the background. They're playing with a box. Well, they told me I wasn't going to be able to have babies. So since 16, I thought I was going to have to adopt, because it was going to be either very hard to get pregnant. They're fighting for a box. It was going to be either very hard to get pregnant, or I wasn't going to get pregnant at all. It really just mattered how my body was. So actually at that point, it's when I found Herbalife. I was 16. So I lost weight. So weight was never an issue. It was just me having not or ovulating. So I went to another OBGYN, and it was the same thing. You're gonna have problems and everything. And then another one, and this is when Daniel and we got married that month that I went with that doctor. So through church, we're already married through court in March, and it was in August when I went to the OB. And he's like, you have PCOS. He checked me. I had a lot of follicles that weren't ovulating. And he said, I'll put you on Clomid. And he put me on Clomid. And sorry, this is so tough. But put me on Clomid. And then Daniel came. And then the next month, so I did the first round of Clomid in August, and then September we were moving. In September we were moving to North Carolina. So while moving, I forgot to get my other round of Clomid, and I go to the doctor over there, and he's like, well, before we give you further treatment of Clomid, let me check what hormone it really is, so we won't do like super harsh medicine. So that was what he did. He did he drew blood and everything. He's like, on the third day of your period, sorry for all these very women-like terms. He's like, on your third day, come again, and then we have to draw blood again to check your progesterone levels. I think it was for my progesterone. I don't really remember. And then, so I never got it. And then I was like, okay. And then I check. I had a feeling, because I was feeling very sick, like the week before I checked if I was pregnant. And then the day I checked, I was pregnant. It was at 5 in the morning. I wake up with Daniel every morning to say bye to him. So I wake up, and it's the first time you go to the restroom. It's like the strongest in the morning. So I checked, and there was a positive pregnancy test. And it was like, we were so mind blown, because in September I didn't do my round of Clomid. So the doctors don't know if the first round helped or what. They just call it a miracle. Like, Madeline is a miracle. So that day I find out that I was pregnant. Daniel comes home for lunch and he's like, guess what? I'm not deploying to my 9-month deployment, so I'm going to be able to be with you while you give birth to Madeline in McAllen, because he was doing a mission over there with Border Patrol since he's a Marine. So he was able to be there while I gave birth to Madeline. And even just birth was tough. We had an emergency C-section, and I wasn't able to hold her for a whole day. It was so tough, and breastfeeding was so tough with her too. She's tongue-tied and lip-tied, and she's lactose intolerant. So it was just hard for us through all this, but she's healthy, and I'm so blessed. Well, with Hanley, let me say my other birth story because it's crazy as well. With Hanley, pretty much the same thing. The doctor said, since you do have PCOS and the follicles aren't ovulating again, start trying now. Maddie was 6 months old when he told me that. He's like, start trying now, which Daniel and I weren't taking care of ourselves. So, and he's like, even in a year, if you don't, you have to come back, and we're gonna have to do treatment again. But we didn't know that when I went to the doctor, I was already 2 weeks pregnant. Here he is, little Meko. And they say that while breastfeeding, it's harder to get pregnant. And I had that odd against me, and then the odd of PCOS. Hanley. Anyway, so another thing that was a huge miracle was, sorry, he's being a little, he wants it his way right now. So I wanted to be back with Hanley. I didn't want a C-section, so I really wanted a natural birth. We're only gonna have 2 kids, so I was like, I'd rather, try for me to do natural, try both births. And Madeline, don't be mean, baby. They're so rough with each other. Anyway, so they pretty much told me the chances of me having VBAC were so small. Vaginal birth after C-section. That's what a VBAC is. They pretty much told me it was gonna be tough. So I knew going into that it was not gonna. The chance was so small. Like, guys, it's so small. Especially since I did not wait a year to get pregnant again. So that chance alone knocks off like 50% chance of me having a VBAC. So it came down to the last seconds if I was going to either have a C-section or have him naturally, but everything flew so quickly and so good. Like, I went to the hospital. I was dilated 3.5. They kept me. They made me walk. I was dilated to 5 when they did the I forget what it's called, to numb me. So they did that, and I couldn't walk anymore. So it was just positioning me so he can get lower. And then he was ready to be born, and I pushed 20 minutes and he was born. Like, so crazy, so fast. He latched on right away. Such a good eater since the beginning. He latched on so fast, and he literally was latched on for like an hour and a half. No joke. He was latched on for an hour and a half. And he was with me skin on skin for like 2 hours. Oh, I loved that. I loved that so much. And ever since, I mean, he does not go away. Like, he wants to be latched on every second of the day. But I just want to show you guys, like, I'm a mom. Like, I've gone through what a lot of moms go through, and I know what you're going through. And if you guys need anything, I'm here for you guys. Like, me losing weight and me being 125 after being 176 at birth or giving birth to Hanley. Like, I've lost so much weight, and it has not been easy. I'm a mom of 2 very crazy kids, and I still find time to do all these things. And my job, and I really feel like my job here is to help you guys with whatever you want. So I do Herbalife. I'm a Herbalife health coach, but my videos are just gonna consist of my life, you know, my workouts, things I'm going through with my kids and their development, things that help us, like the diapers they use, the shampoo they use. I will like put all that. It's my journey. It's my life journey that you guys are gonna be watching on YouTube. It's like my remade YouTube channel. Sorry for that. I'm like remaking my YouTube channel to something that I wanted to do, like being a mom, working out, eating healthy, doing the best I can to survive this this thing called mom life, and being a military wife as well. I have been a military wife for almost 4 years in March, and I would not have it any other way. I love Daniel so much, and I know that his duty is to serve the country, and all I have to do is to support him. And well, he's gone right now for 12 days, and it's very tough, but you know, all I can do is be strong. And if any mama is going through that and needs help with anything, like, guys, I'm here for you, okay? So if you guys like my video, I know it's a long story, it's almost like 13 minutes. So if you guys liked my story and you guys tagged along and want to tag along on my life journey, I'll try to upload the videos twice a week. Sorry, I'll try to upload videos twice a week, maybe 3. And if you guys need anything, message me, comment, subscribe to see further things of me and this crazy thing called mom life.